Okay, we are streaming. Okay, the live stream's available, so if someone were to chat, we would be able to see that, but
Okay,
the
I
Zoom
sent a
may-
message that it was working.
okay.
So Roger, that'll come to Krista if they want to give input.
Yeah, well, I see it on here, so
Okay.
she can watch it. It might be a good idea to have Krista watching it, and, since I'm flipping between screens here.
Yeah, that'd be good to make sure we captured if there is any.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, there are 2 people watching it right now. I'm probably one of them. Lexi's the other. Just to see if this person has any desire to participate in the public hearing, or the only question.
Doesn't look like that link's live on the website yet.
Okay, Lexi said it's on refresh. Maybe.
Yep.
And Krista, maybe if you can reach out to that person who
He said he's
interest.
watching. He said he's watching on YouTube. So, yes.
Do they want to participate in the public hearing? You want to ask them that, just so we can be clear?
I'll have him send me questions if he has any.
He says no comment.
No comment, okay. Then we are good. Yeah, we got a comment on there, on the chat from Mike Williams. That's who it was, right?
Yes.
Okay, just want to make sure we have opportunity, anybody watching has the opportunity to comment on the public hearing as we go into that. So, all right, Alex, we're in good shape. Sorry about that.
Hey, go ahead. Are you finished with your presentation, Raj?
Yeah, so it's a great project, same structure we've done before, really good support from the city council. It was unanimous vote, but not even a lot of arguing and convincing or anything like that. They went through a very thorough vetting process. They had a committee of residents who vetted all the different proposals and options, and they came out with a recommendation for Utopia, and then the city council considered that and voted on it. So, eyes wide open, they know exactly, what this is, and they're excited about it. They're excited to tell the residents they're finally going to do something about this. They've been getting harassed about it for a long time because of the envy of their neighboring cities and their good broadband. So, we're excited. We're confident in our ability to deliver on this. We have a lot of fiber in the city already, just from schools and businesses and others where other funds have, been able to cover some incremental build in the city. So that's been an obstacle in some other projects where we actually have to build out to that city and establish a new cabinet footprint and fiber huts, things like that. Obviously, we have fiber huts we need to put into Pleasant Grove, but some of the canal crossings and railroad crossings, some of the things that tie us up the worst, we've already gotten past a lot of that in the city. So it should be good financially, should be good from a construction perspective, thumbs up on all fronts from Utopia staff perspective.
Okay. Thank you, Roger. Board members, do any of you have any questions that you'd like to ask of staff regarding this project or the proposal? Or do you have any concerns you'd like to share?
Yeah, this is Matt. This is something that I think we address every time that we look at, have looked at issuing bonds and new projects. And I think you addressed it at our last meeting. I know today you've talked about our ability to get the project done in Pleasant Grove, but could you just talk a little bit more about how taking on a new project like this will impact the ability to complete projects in existing communities or getting people access within those communities that don't have it yet, if there is any?
Yeah, it's, at this point, you know, we do have areas remaining in Orem, Midvale, Murray, and West Valley City. I'd say we could probably have all of those areas wrapped up really easily within the next year if it weren't for some third-party dependencies. You know, that comes down to canals, and I think Rocky Mountain Power is probably our biggest holdup in these projects. So right now we're kind of at that capacity, bumping up against, you know, where we've got all the resources, building those out as quickly as we can, with only third-party dependencies holding us up. So not doing Pleasant Grove and saying, hey, let's take the resources we would use for Pleasant Grove and put those back into the finishing up these cities, that wouldn't really change our timelines. Yet we feel like we have excess capacity that we could go and do more projects if needed. And you know, excess capacity, that's not that we have a lot of staff or anything here. It's mostly in you know, our engineering and construction and installations are all contracted out. So that's in partnership with our contractors and their capacity. We say if we have their ability to do that and not impact our other projects, then we, you know, look for those opportunities. And that's what this is. So I don't see this as negatively impacting our schedules. Do I wish we were done with that Midvale 12 footprint? Yes, absolutely. That one's been, we've had a lot of Rocky Mountain Power issues on that one, holding us up. And there's a handful of other delays here and there. But overall, you know, if we look at all of the footprints in all of the remaining areas of the cities, we've been really good at hitting that schedule. Just we've had to swap things here and there because of some of those obstacles, but you know, progress has actually been really good.
Thank you.
Are there any other questions from board members? Okay, seeing none, do we have any input from the public or any questions? Krista, has anything come in?
No.
Okay, Roger, would all possible outside input be coming through Krista's source there?
And then possibly in the room, but we don't have any public. We've got Nate from LYRB, Lewis Young, Robertson, Birmingham. But no one here to speak on the public hearing.
Okay. Well, very good. It appears then that all of the those that have wanted to make comment or ask questions have been given the opportunity to do so. So based on that, unless there's some objection from the board, would be happy to entertain a motion to close the public hearing and to proceed. I guess there's no item to act on. That's the next item. Do we see to close the public hearing and move forward?
Yes.
Okay. Does that require a motion, Josh? Okay. Thank you. Let's go ahead and I'll entertain a motion then to close the public hearing.
Motion to close the public hearing.
Second.
Thank you, Jason. Second from Matt. Thank you. Let's do a roll call again. Jason Sant.
Aye.
Brenda.
Aye.
Matt.
Aye.
Brent.
Aye.
Nicole.
Aye.
Jamie.
Aye.
Jason Roberts.
Aye.
And then I'm an aye as well. Okay, very good. Thank you. Next item on the agenda is to take action now and to consider resolution 2105 which authorizes and approves the POS or the preliminary official statement in connection with this debt issuance that we've talked about in behalf of the Pleasant Grove City project. So, Roger, do you have some background on that? Or Brad?
Do you have any comments? Financing? Nathan?
This is Nate here at Lewis Young. I'll leave any discussion on the POS to Brad if he has anything he'd like to share there. But as far as the financing itself goes, things are moving along very nicely. Sorry, I didn't log in. We had the rating presentation last week. It went very well. The team at UIA does a really nice job presenting, and they know their stuff, and the folks at Pleasant Grove did a nice job as well. We're anticipating a rating early to midweek next week, and then we'll release the preliminary official statement into the market, price in early June, and then close in, I think, the 16th of June is the date we're shooting for currently. So on the whole, everything is going very well at this point, and interest rates are also moving in our favor, so we'll hope that remains the case for the next couple of weeks.
Okay. And then probably anything from Brad Patterson?
Yes, Mr. Chairman, members of the board, Brad Patterson, Gilmore Belmont, Disclosure Counsel to Utah Infrastructure Agency. Pleased to be with you this morning. What we are considering right now is adoption of a resolution that authorizes the preparation and then the distribution and use of the preliminary official statement in connection with the issuance of the Series 2021 bonds for the Pleasant Grove City project. The reason we are meeting today is because securities laws, federal securities laws, require us to undertake certain types of actions before we send out an offering document. In order for us to actually offer the bonds to the public, we actually have to prepare an offering document and circulate it. That offering document has to undergo the review and the approval of the members of the board and the governing board before we send that out, or at least have the opportunity to review it and approve of it. And so that is why we are here today. Hopefully you've all had a chance to receive the preliminary official statement. If you have any questions with respect to that, if you have any comments with respect to the offering document, please pass them along. I think as Nate expressed, the ratings are due back in about a week. After that time, we'll circulate that. So if you have any questions between now and then, or if you have any comments on the offering document between now and the time we circulate it, please pass them along to us and we'll address them.
Thank you, Brad. Anything else, Roger, from staff?
Nope, I think we're good.
I do have a question that's related but not central, but for those that were involved in the rating presentations, does there seem to be any, largely because of the pandemic and the demonstrated need for advanced telecommunications capabilities, when you talk to the rating agencies this time, does there seem to be any more movement or willingness to understand the nature of what UIA and Utopia is doing and why it's so valuable, and that it's not so unique anymore, it's essential? Any sense of that, or it's still kind of the same mindset?
Yeah, I get the sense that, I mean, they're excited and interested in what we do. At the end of the day, they just kind of look at the revenue pledge, and that's all they care about when it comes to the rating. But certainly there's growing demand and interest in what we're doing. I don't know if we'll get them to rate the other structures of debt that we do, but you know, we kind of use different rating agencies depending on who's willing to look at it. So I don't know that we're making really good progress with, was it Fitch on this one?
This was S&P.
Oh, S&P, to get them to look at the non-backstop debt.
Regular UIA.
So, but that's okay. We've got good ways of moving forward and getting the ratings we need. With overall support and history, you know, obviously every time we go back to them, we have more years of history and more track record and better revenues to point to. But ultimately, you know, this type of structure is rated directly based on the strength of the pledge from the city that's partnering with us.
Thank you, Roger. Before we call for a vote, board members, are there any questions that any of you have? Okay, if not, I'll be happy to entertain a motion to consider approval of Resolution 2105, which provides for what Mr. Patterson very articulately explained regarding this debt issuance.
So moved. This is Jamie.
Okay, motion by Jamie. Thank you, Jamie. Is there a second?
I'll second that. Go ahead.
Okay, Nicole,
Sure.
thank you, Nicole. Let's do a roll call vote as well. So Jason? Sant?
Aye.
Brenda Moore?
Aye.
Matt Dahl?
Aye.
Grant Hansen?
Aye.
Nicole?
Yes.
Jamie?
Aye.
Jason Roberts?
Aye.
And Layton is an aye. Did I miss anybody?
No.
Okay. Well, very good. That appears to be unanimous. So thank you. Roger, do you have any additional items or that need to be taken care of as part of this meeting?
Not as part of this meeting, just appreciate board members' time. We know you have other things to do and try to keep this short. So thank you, and hopefully you're not having too much early meeting fatigue with Utopia, and we'll probably have more of these coming shortly. So stick with us, please. And again, we appreciate you.
Very good. We appreciate, Roger, all the hard work of the staff, and as we always express, we very much appreciate the relationship we have with Brad and Laura and Nathan and their team at Lewis Young. You guys have been a blessing to us and great partners through the years. So we wish the best for you and are happy to welcome Pleasant Grove into the fold, if you will. And Jamie, appreciate your good example there as their neighbor, and Lyndon as well. I'm sure that played a role in helping them to see that could be profitable and workable. And so thanks for all your efforts in that kind of that part of the vineyard, if you will, to be a positive supporter. You're doing great down there. So we appreciate it. So anyway, have a wonderful day. And again, thank you very much for your time this morning. All the best to you. Be safe.
Thank you.
Thank
So
you.
with that,
Thanks.
you're welcome. We will just stand adjourned.